Look at the symbolism in the new discovery of royalty from the days of old in ancient Egypt. A stylised squatter man in the design of the phoenix, immeasurable history forgotten from the past. A royal tomb of a mysterious pharaoh has been discovered in Egypt after 3,700 years. Wait to hear this. The Abydos dynasty was one of the most mysterious dynasties spanning the whole of ancient Egypt, centred around Abydos, one of the oldest cities of ancient Egypt. This ruling faction governed Upper Egypt between 1700 and 1600 years BC, and now archaeologists claim to have found the resting place of one of only a handful of the dynasty's kings after around 3,700 years. On this discovery, the Egyptian Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities have released a statement, and it reads, quote, "Major discoveries in Sohag. The Egyptian American Archaeological Mission from the University of Pennsylvania have uncovered a royal tomb from the Second Intermediate Period in the Jebel Anubis necropolis at Abydos. Meanwhile, the Supreme Council of Antiquities Mission have uncovered a complete Roman-era pottery workshop in the village of Banawit, revealing one of the largest pottery and glass manufacturing centres that once supplied the 9th nome of Upper Egypt. The Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities confirmed that these discoveries not only showcase the incredible diversity of Egypt's tourism and ancient civilization, but also provide scientific evidence for researchers studying the evolution of royal tombs and industrial sites. The royal tomb dates back to 1700 and 1600 years BC, shedding new light on burial traditions in Abydos. The pottery workshop highlights Egypt's thriving industry during the Roman period. And the statement goes on, "The Egyptian American Archaeological Mission from the University of Pennsylvania have found a royal tomb from the second transition era of Mount Anubis, Cowardice in Abydos, and the Archaeological Mission of the Supreme Council of Archaeology have also found a complete Roman-era workshop in the village of Banawit." The Ministry of Tourism and Archaeology confirmed that the announcement of these two new explorers in Sohag Governati will work not only to promote the diversity of the tourist attraction of the Egyptian tourist destination and to introduce the world more about the traditional Egyptian civilization, but also to help the scholars in their research work and to highlight one of the roles of the Supreme Council of Archaeology as a scientific institution. The Egyptian American Archaeological Mission, led by the University of Pennsylvania, discovered a royal tomb dating back to the Second Intermediate Period in the area of Mount Anubis at Abydos. This era is often referred to as a time of political fragmentation in ancient Egypt, marked by the rule of the Hyksos in the north and local Egyptian dynasties in the south. The tomb is believed to belong to a previously unknown royal figure or high-ranking official from the transitional period. Its discovery sheds light on the cultural and political dynamics of Abydos, which is a significant religious and burial site in ancient Egypt. The tomb's architecture and artefacts are expected to provide valuable information about burial practices, religious beliefs, and the artistic styles of the Second Intermediate Period of Egypt. The astonishing tomb was built at the foot of the sacred hill resembling a pyramid in the Abyddine Desert, called Mountain of Anubis by the ancient Egyptians. Located at a depth of 23 feet below ground level, the tomb consists of a limestone burial chamber covered with a self-supporting arch known as a vault. This vault reaches a height of 5 metres, which is 16 feet, and was constructed out of mud brick, which are sun-dried blocks of clay-rich soil. Aside from its location at the sacred mountain of Anubis, initial evidence points to a resting place of an important and historically relevant figure. For example, inscriptions on both sides of the tomb entrance mention the ancient Egyptian goddess Isis and Nephthys. Nephthys was typically paired with her sister Isis in funerary rites because of their roles as protectors of the mummified remains. Nephthys is a protective goddess who symbolises the death experience, just as Isis represented the birth experience. Oval-shaped markings, known as cartouches, also likely once bore the king's name in hieroglyphics, but these marks are now completely lost to history. Studies conducted at this royal tomb indicate that it belonged to one of the kings prior to King Sennacherib, whose tomb was discovered in Abydos in the year 2014. The sacred city of Abydos is located in the west of the Nile and was once a cemetery for Egyptian royalty, as well as a popular pilgrimage site where people journeyed to worship the god Osiris. This newly found tomb is much larger than other previously known tombs attributed to the Abydos dynasty, but the name of the tomb's owner has not yet been determined. And researchers also found evidence of the discovery of a complete Roman-era pottery workshop in the village of Banawit, sometimes pronounced Banawait, which is further north in Egypt. This Roman-era discovery contained a large number of kilns, extensive storage areas for vessels, and a collection of 32 ostraca pottery fragments bearing inscriptions. These ostraca, written in Demotic and Greek scripts, are detailing commercial transactions at the time and the method of paying taxes. The pottery workshop highlights Egypt's thriving industry during the Roman period, and this is according to a statement from Egypt's Ministry of Tourism and Antiquities. Together, these two new discoveries showcase the incredible diversity of Egypt's tourism and ancient civilization. The fact that the tomb dates back to the Abydos dynasty gives further credence to the short-lived and hypothesised rule. In fact, so little is known about the Abydos dynasty that some experts contest that it ever even existed. And this new discovery will add weight to the notion that it did exist. But what do you guys think about this? Comments below. And as always, thank you for watching.